Oh, James, you do a bang-up job. I wish I could stay, but
Okay, thank
I
you.
can't. See ya.
See ya.
Before you begin, thank you for being the first person today to let us know explicitly what standard you were talking about. You are the first, thank you.
Yeah, I figured it'd be boring just to put like portfolio presentation.
Yes. I agree with you.
Okay, so I'm going to be presenting on the specific standard of creative and practical problem solver, and I'm going to be talking about how not only it relates to my time at FA, but also my future. Okay, so but before that, let's talk a little bit about me. I was born in Bangor, Maine in 2003, and I've lived in Dover Foxcroft my entire life. Some of my interests are sports and puzzles, and just a quick fact about me is I actually do a Sudoku every single day. I'm going to be attending Northeastern this upcoming fall, and I'm going to be doing my first semester abroad, which I'm really looking forward to. And I'm going to be majoring in mechanical engineering technology. And this is, of course, opposed to just regular mechanical engineering, which is you're sitting like behind a desk, but I really am more interested in mechanical engineering technology because it's more hands-on, you're out in the field. But anyways, on to my artifact. So just some brief background information. Over the summer of 2021, I worked at Dave's World here in Dover as an assistant HVAC installer. Everyone there gets this specific lunchbox, and I received mine the first week of work. This was like literally the day after school ended last year. And I used mine to not only hold tools, but I also obviously kept my lunch in it. And so I got it, so the day I got it was actually of interest because I got it the same day as a really difficult install. It was over an hour away from Dover and out on like dirt roads and stuff, out on a camp that was owned by this elderly couple from out of state. So one thing I learned was a lot of people from out of state, they're extremely picky and rude, especially this couple. And so this was really intimidating to me as a newbie to the job. And not only this, but there were also communication issues between the sales team and the install team. So we didn't actually bring the proper stuff to complete the job to their liking. So we had to go out there and we had to analyze the situation, use the resources were available in the van, and apply like our previous knowledge in order to not only complete this install, but do it to the customer's liking. And we just really had to get creative, and I had to think on my feet for the first time in my life. So, but before looking at the future, let's take a quick look at the past. So, I had little time to be prepared for this job as it was my first week, and so I had to rely on a lot on like what I learned at Foxcroft Academy. So, one of the biggest contributors that helped me was my experience with shop classes. So, because of classes like woodworking and electronics, I had familiarity with the tools I was using and also household wiring. And then I also learned the problem-solving process from the principles of engineering, which really helped me in this case. And so that brings us to my future, where I actually want to become an engineer. And problem-solving, as you probably know, is a major part of being an engineer in their day-to-day job. So this experience really gave me a real-world situation where I had to go out and I had to think on my feet and problem-solve, not just, here's a problem, solve it. I was presented a problem that I wasn't prepared for. And it really made me have to learn and apply like how to analyze and use my resources, which are also big parts of the engineering process. And not only this, I had to do this with an install team, which forced me to not only help my team, but work alongside them and work with them, which, as my mentor told me all about, working as a group is a large part of being an engineer. So a little bit about my mentor. He's actually my uncle. His name's Terry Tate, and he works at Ford Motor Company in Detroit as a product design engineer. He grew up in a small Georgia town similar to Dover Foxcroft, but a little bit warmer because it's in Georgia. And he majored in mechanical engineering at Georgia Tech. He actually moved away from there for job opportunities, and he knew from a very young age that he always wanted to work for the Big Three in Detroit. He's been a really big role model for me in what I want to do with my life, because he really loves his job. You can see it whenever you talk to him about it. He's just so passionate about it, and he shared with me his experience at Ford. So every task he does is for part of a team, whether it is leading the team or doing minute tasks. Everything revolves around solving problems and working with suppliers and other teams. And it all has to be coordinated to solve the problem that they are currently facing. And communication is also a key to his work, as he can't get anything done completely by himself. Everything in engineering is a team effort. And so, learning about this only furthered my interest in the engineering field, and the mentorship really gave me an opportunity to ask questions I wouldn't normally ask him or somebody in the field. Thank you. Any questions?
You said you're going abroad. Where are you going?
I have 3 options right now. They're Madrid, Spain, Dublin, Ireland, and Thessaloniki, Greece, but I haven't decided yet.
That's a pretty good opportunity.
Yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think
Great
that's
opportunity.
great.
Definitely do that.
You should do Spain.
I was thinking I want to do Spain because I really am interested in learning Spanish, but the problem is the school is like really small there. It's like 50 people,
Oh,
but it's like right in the heart of Madrid.
really?
Mhm.
What's the name of the school?
It's like a part of a college that's in Missouri. They own like a couple buildings in Madrid, and so Northeastern sends a couple kids there. This is the first year they're doing it.
My question, you've already answered, but I would like to hear a little bit more about how your experience at FA has prepared you for this. And you talked obviously about Slide McLeod out
Mhm.
there. What about the other aspects of Foxcroft Academy?
So really, it just gives me a lot of, it helped me with, not only, well, those classes are more the hands-on part, but a lot of like classes like where you have like group projects and stuff, that's really what helped me learn to work with people. Because out in the shop classes, you have your own project, you work on it by yourself, you design everything yourself, it's self-centered. But here in the classroom, you have to do a lot of stuff that you have to work with other people for. And that's not something I really got to do in shop classes.
Nice answer.
One thing that I kind of wish you had mentioned there is your independent study that you're doing, because aren't you the only individual in the school doing AP Physics C?
I think there's 3 of us.
Is there a couple of you? Because I was gonna say, it's not common that we have
Yeah.
people going through it. Did any of that, like, that physics work or the calculus you're doing, like, did that help influence you being an engineer, or was this just like something?
I actually chose those because of I know I wanted to do engineering. I knew it'd help. I knew it's a lot of math in that field, and I know it helped prepare me for what I'd be seeing in college.
Well, my son is a mechanical engineer tech.
Mhm. Yeah. My cousin went into what is it? It was he went into some kind of engineering, and he told me that his biggest regret was not taking enough math classes in high school, and so they threw all these advanced calculus at him, and he just wasn't ready for it.
What type of engineering field do you want to get into?
I want to get into mechanical engineering technology, but I think I also want to do what my uncle does, and he works for automotive engineering.
So I'm
'Cause I think that would really interest me.
Very nice.
Yeah, great job,
Good job.
seriously.
really good.